Hey guys, it's D with D's Tackle Box. Let's get right into it, man. We got lures that we want to talk about and show you guys, and I know that a lot of y'all are brand specific. Some of y'all collect the specific brand here and there, and to your region, things that you like, whatever. Today we're talking about some Fred Arbogast lures and some miscellaneous ones that we picked up here and there. And let's get started, man. I mean, how cool is it to find some old lures like this? This one was made, I think, in 1950s, somewhere around there. This is a 5/8 of an ounce jitterbug with the luminous finish. So if you put it under the light and take it out, it'll be glowing, nice and green. Um, I wanted to show y'all something here. These lures, we've found them with different codes. This one is inverted there on the camera, but it's 675A. And when I went and did some information seeking about this thing, it shows on there that back in 1949 and under, or previous years, we had no labels on the ends of these boxes, no marking that said what color was going in them or anything like that. So you had to look at the writing on the outside, the box bottom, the top, and see what's all different. This one here places it from 1950 and up because of this stencil that it has on the plastic cover there. Now, I'm gonna open it up and see if I can show y'all hardware a little bit earlier. It's not as rounded as the newer, more modern stuff. There's a stencil there. Let me see if I can make it glow a little bit. And then y'all can see the green on it. Let me see. I'll get y'all a nice look here. You kind of see it there. It glows nice and bright green. And we have a camera in here with a black light that actually helps us make that sucker glow. Let's show you something else that we want to point out. If you notice on this lure, you see those eyeballs? They protrude from the side of the face there on the lure. That's the old ones. Now we got some newer ones that we've picked up here and there, but those all have flat on the eyes. You can literally grab the lure and run your finger across there and you won't feel that eyeball popping out like that. This one is different. You see that? That eye bulges out real nice. Well, these lures came to us from what, 1950 to right now? You're talking about 70 years plus there. That's a nice old lure right there. Now, let me ask you something, guys. How many of y'all have fished one of these? Maybe a black one at night. I know a lot of people that love that. If you have, drop a comment on here. Let me know what you think about the action on those. Now, I wanted to point out something about this box. Like I said earlier, the stencil on there, this one here, places it from 1950 and up. The labels and that color code, when I looked up the color code 675A, it points to an assorted dealer's box. Now, if you guys have any information that says otherwise, I would gladly appreciate you sharing it with us here. But a lot of this information I picked up from Mr. Sam Van Camp's book. Now, if you're collecting jitterbugs and Fred Arbogast brand, you got to get that book. That book helps you out a lot. We do not mind helping people out with, figuring out what they got, what codes they are. I love doing that stuff. And I know that a lot of you guys appreciate it because I've had a lot of you drop comments to me on Messenger, Facebook, Instagram, letting us know what we're doing and how y'all like that. And I just figured, we need to get more people with knowledge about our hobby so that we can continue to preserve that hobby. Because believe it or not, some of these lures that we have sitting in here, I mean, 70, 80-year-old lures, 90-year-old lures, 100 and something year old lures, it's not easy to find them nowadays. And a lot of times, yeah, people complain about, oh, those are too expensive or whatever. Hey, you're not going to pick them up at your local Walmart. You might get those cheap new ones, but they're not the same quality. I guarantee you that. Now, here's another one that I wanted to show you guys. This box calls for a hula popper. And I know a lot of people that love to fish that sucker at night. What's your favorite color for nighttime? Black is what I always get told. So these hula poppers are great lures. Great lures. They actually sit there and just pop at night, making the nice noise that attracts those bass. I've fished with them, and I can tell you, I love that action, man. You're sitting out there nice and quiet, that dark water. All of a sudden, bam! There you go. They love those hula poppers, I'll tell you that. Another one that kills them at night is the Zara Spooks. You can, yeah, I use them at night, and just as good as these are, the Zara Spooks do the same. Now let me show you something else here. You already saw the code on this one. You can tell it's a newer box. You know, you can see the bottom there. Actually, it has a bunch of writing on here. Check it out. Somebody labeled it and described what it was. We like to take our time, read books, and if you're into this hobby, you gotta have books to help you out. This one's from Sam Van Camp. Like I said, it's necessary for the stuff that we do. Now, here's another one that I personally really like this brand. I know a lot of people that collect it heavy. And even in Japan, we got a lot of friends out there that, man, they go after these lures and they love this style. But this one here, bam, that's an old box. Check it out. Old box. What does it say there? Bomber Bait Company. Now, you can see from the box, it shows you right there in the middle. It used to have codes on there. I guess for later, that's when they started printing the little color codes on there. And the box changed. This box became different. Let me see if I've got one here that I can show y'all. Right here. That's the box everybody's familiar with. This is the box that, if you get lucky, you'll find you some of these. And do you see the difference? That lure that you see there has no eyes on it, right? Let me show you why. Original lure. Look at that. No eyeballs on this sucker. It's got paperwork and everything in there too. There you go. Now check this out. That's a beautiful lure right there. No eyeballs, original, old as hell. Can't beat that, man. I don't know exactly what year this one was made. If you know more about the specific years and things like that, let us know in the comments. We do as much as we can to try to figure out every detail about the lures and things like that. There's so many lures that we go through, and it's impossible to just collect all that information in your head and have it ready all the time. But you can concentrate on a specific brand and know exactly what you're looking for. I'll show y'all what's in the other box. See, this one is a pearl no eye as well, so I'm not sure if it's in the wrong box or what's going on with that. It's a beautiful lure though. It's a Wonder Bread type color look to it. It's got a pearl finish with a little bit of blue dots and red dots on it. You can barely see them on this lighting here, but it's a beautiful lure. These are wooden lures, and here's a detail that I wanted to share with you guys. This lure, when it's made out of wood, you're gonna see that little screw right there on the tail. That screw tells you that it's an old lure that's made out of wood. If you pick up the newer ones, let me see if I got one here. Where you at? Where you at? Right here behind you. We got one of these old, the newer plastic ones. They're still older, but see, that screw's gone now because these were made different. So when you're looking at these lures and you're wondering if it's wood or plastic, that's a telltale sign for the bombers like that. Now here goes another lure that we found, and this one I really do not know much about. All I know is that it came with the paperwork, which helps us identify the lure without having to do so much. But it's always good to do some homework, and that way you familiarize yourself with the makers. This one is a, I kind of want to say that it's kind of like a Zara Spook nose tie body style shape or whatever, and it gets the job done. It's got a little bit of a higher tone as far as the BB in there goes, but the rattle, but it still gets the job done when you're using it as a topwater lure. Now that one, if you noticed, the brand Rogers. I'm not too familiar with that brand. I don't collect that brand. I just picked them up because they're in a box and they got the paperwork and they look cool. Um, if you guys know more details, let us know. Share it with us and everybody benefits. Here's another one that you really have to keep an eye out for. I love this one. This is a popper type. If you notice, big old head. Look at that. Well, this lure here is made by Orchard Industries, the same ones that make the action rods. This is called Kick and Cackle or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me, but I believe that's what it's called, the Kick and Cackle, and it's in our favorite color, which is one of the frog spots. My son collects that color, so he's got a ton of these put away back there somewhere. Here's another one that he's got. This one is a really cool one. I love this one. This one is Woods Lure Company out of Arkansas, I believe. Arkansas? Yeah, I believe it's Arkansas. I can't remember. But look at that. This one's so nice and mint. It's brand new. I mean, literally, I found it and it was just an amazing condition, and I really love the look of it. Look at this lip on here. See the lip? It's got a little groove in there. And I'm assuming this sucker digs into the bottom real nice. Now this lure right here is not your common piece. You're not going to find that one everywhere. You know, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how many years old that is. I got a friend of mine that collects those. I might have to get with them and ask them for information on these. Now, I do a lot of this research all day long, and I'm working on different brands and stuff. My brand of choice is Hedden. A lot of y'all already know that. Cordell, that's what I collect. I got tons of Rebel, tons of Arbor-Gas, tons of all kinds of lures, bombers, and things like that. A lot of them are available for enhancing people's collections, and a lot of them are just sitting in my boxes because I collect them and I want to see them there when I'm working. Now, here's another point that we want to bring across the table here. This lure here is an old lure. This is a Egger brand. It has double weights on there. You can see, let me see, I think you can see the logo design there somewhere. Let me see if I can get it close enough. Got a little fish on there and it says Egger on the inside. This lure is an original antique lure. Not familiar with the year exactly for this model, but I know that this model is a little bit tougher. This one here looks the same, right? Except the only difference is this one was recently made. I don't know how recent. I have to look for more information. I've tried to figure out who this person is that made it, but what I did find out is that this brand here, Grinner, is from a guy that was an understudy of that Florida brand. What is it, Jim Pfeiffer? And apparently he hanged around the guy's home and learned from him and started making his own lures. And I got a whole pile of them. Some of them are marked. Some of them are actually very similar to Jim's lures because they even have that spotted ape color. Well, this lure here, if you were to find this lure out there, you would probably think, oh man, that's an awesome, what's the name of this one here? The, can't remember the one that he's trying to style it after, but it was a Dillinger, no, I can't remember. It was one of those Eager brand names for specific models, but this one here is signed. And a lot of times we run into that where we find these lures that look like they're, you know, oh man, they're in mint condition. It's an old one. If this sucker wasn't signed, somebody could get fooled, especially when they don't know what they're looking for. So that's another one of those things that, you know, in our collecting hobby, nobody likes to get taken. And this is a very, very nice gesture on the part of the maker so that nobody gets fooled on that. And I'll tell you what, a lot of the guys that I deal with and a lot of people that I run across on here, I've had multiple people tell me, "Oh man, I thought this was a real one and it's not. I didn't know it was made afterwards or whatever." Well, that's why it's important as a painter, as a maker, or lure carver, whatever, to put your name on it. That way, you know, keeps it out of the whole circle of confusing everybody else. I mean, I've seen so many people that are doing that nowadays, just painting them up and taking them and listing them on eBay like they were originals, and people are paying hundreds of dollars for them. And you know, unfortunately, we can't help you on that, but we can help you by training, educating, showing you what to look for, and making ourselves available for those that are seeking information regarding what they're picking up. We have no problem with you guys sending us pictures and asking, "Hey, what is this? What is that? What year was this made?" We'd love for you guys to do the research as well, but we'll definitely help out. Now, this is D's Tackle Box signing off. If you guys need any help with anything, y'all know where to reach me. I'm all over the place, same name everywhere you look. Um, Hit me up. If y'all got any questions, comments, drop it in the comment section down below, and then we'll touch base with you guys again. I got a bunch more doors coming up. Let me know if you want to talk about a specific brand or something. You know, if you got something on mind, or if you got something that you don't know what it is, put it up on here, and we'll help you figure it out. If we can't help you, we know people that can, and the resources are readily available. There's no need for anybody to feel like they're lost in this hobby when there's plenty of us out there that are willing to help you guys. Also, while we're on here, check out Retro Basson's videos, man. They're awesome. I love that dude and his work he's doing over there. Now, I've seen where a lot of you guys follow that, and y'all enjoy the educational videos and the purpose of his videos. I love that stuff. So you guys go check him out and tell him these Tackle Box sent you, man. We'll talk to y'all later.